Aloha and welcome to a special edition for Memorial Day of iWake. Tim here. Today's episode I actually wasn't planning on doing one today, but I figured let me do one anyways. I know I said I would, and so I will. It's going to be a shorter show today. I just wanted to talk a little bit about a recent experience I had at the Ala Moana Apple Store in Hawaii. So over the weekend, I've been having some iPad issues once again. So if you recall, I went hiking with my iPad, and it ended up in a river within my backpack, and it had some water damage. So the first time around, Apple wouldn't do anything. They said $415 to replace it, basically half the cost of the purchase price that I paid a year ago. Well, basically, I didn't pay that because I didn't have the money at the time, and it turned out that I waited a couple days, and it magically turned on, and it started to work. So I thought all was well. I was in the clear, but today, a few months after the fact, I discovered I wasn't in the clear. I updated from iOS 5.0.1 to iOS 5.1.1 through the restore process. The update process failed on me, both over the air and in iTunes, so I went through with the restore process, and that failed. That worked, I should say. But the next day, I realized that all was not well, as my iPad, when I woke up the next day, was doing its endless reboot thing. I tried a couple of DFU mode restores, and same thing. I could restore, but the problem was it could not boot up after that. So I was in a pile of hurt. I figured this was through water damage that this happened, but wasn't entirely sure. And I said, what the heck? Let me try going to the Apple Store. And I was pleasantly surprised with my experience here. The person behind the counter was friendly, was knowledgeable, and we had a good rapport. And it was a great experience at this Apple Store. And this is the same Apple Store they told me $425, whatever it was, to replace this iPad. Now, I didn't get a free iPad replaced. I didn't just get it swapped out like perhaps they might have done a long, long time ago. But they did do something rather cool. So what they ended up doing is offering me something that I'm going to take this week that I've taken already. I just need to revisit them and have the cash this time. A $99 replacement. Now, they did this loophole for me, which I'm very glad they did. They did this loophole of going through the battery replacement program. So to replace the battery of an iPad, it is $99 to replace that. And basically what they do is give you a brand new iPad when they do that. So that's a loophole that he opted for, and it's a loophole I'm glad he did because he found a way through their system to actually help me out and do something that I thought would not be something able to do. I thought, it's first off out of warranty, and secondly, he might see there's water damage on the history of this iPad, and neither of those stopped him from doing the right thing of helping me out. $99. It sounds like a lot of money, but compared to the $415, it's nothing. It's a quarter of the cost, and it's not a huge chunk of change. It is a chunk of change. It's not as bad as what it could have been. So basically, my message here is I did a YouTube video a while ago explaining the new era of Apple with as far as the Genius Bar helping you out, the Be Awesome policy. So I'm here to say the Be Awesome policy is there in a way, but it's not there, if that makes sense. So they're doing all that they can. If the person likes you behind the counter, they'll do what they can in their set of rules that are in front of them. So their set of rules may prohibit the use of freebies. Freebies may be gone, at least in Hawaii Apple stores, because of the high tourism rate and that kind of things. But they were able to do a $99 replacement, which is pretty awesome for what I figured I'd be able to get. So congrats, Apple. Congrats, Apple. You're not you're not totally bad, and you do have some people behind the counter that are friendly, that do try to help the customer get things done in a financially efficient way. So I'm still happy. I'm once again a happy Apple Genius Bar customer, and it's another reason I'd recommend going with Apple. So that is today's show. I just want to share a little bit about my experience getting my water-damaged, heavily broken iPad replaced. A history behind this, you actually point this out, I had some bumps around it. I actually traveled with this iPad in Los Angeles, getting it bumped up in the buses. So it's got noticeable damage around the border, as well as the water damage. So this is a messed up iPad that I'm going to get basically replaced for $100. Not too shabby, if you ask me. So I'll be going tomorrow, hopefully, and getting a brand new iPad 2, the 64GB AT&T model at the low cost of $99. Thank you, Apple. And that is today's show. If you'd like to support this podcast, you can do that through going to iTunes, writing a review. You can do that by becoming an iWake Again subscriber at iWakePodcast.com/again. $10 a month gets you extra content and a way to financially support the show. And you can also support the show by subscribing to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/TCHATEN. That is where I do a bunch of videos, and if you're so kind to click on the ads, I get paid. So if you don't want to pay me money, just go to my YouTube channel, start clicking the ads for me. I get a lot of money through that if it's done. So please do that. With that said, thanks for watching. I will be back for a normal episode with Apple News tomorrow, Tuesday. Enjoy your Memorial Day holiday. Go out to the beach. Go out, burn some hot dogs, some hamburgers, spend time with your family. Enjoy your day, whatever you're doing. Aloha.